Okay, so here we are, back back home, southern Missouri. Just a beautiful day. Supposed to be in mid 60s, and this is like January 10th or 11th, something like that. So, may have heard me pissing and moaning about that. That is an armadillo hole. Look at them. They're everywhere. Now, I've been dealing with this issue now for a few months. And my cousin, she kept telling me, well, when it gets cold, they're going to go away. Well, it was like 7 degrees here a few weeks ago. And look, look, brand new holes, brand new ones. Oh, and look over here, it gets like just crazy bad. Now, these aren't just little holes. These are holes you step into and you could twist an ankle. Look at them. Look at this. I mean, I just must have all kinds of, I guess it's grubs and worms and all that kind of stuff. But look at this. I mean, it's almost like I'm gonna have to like plow my yard or something crazy. See, look at them. They're just everywhere. So I've had people tell me you get a chemical, you spray it on your lawn, you buy these metal traps and you set them up. Yeah, because look here. Here's where they come through. They come through right there. Yeah, no problem. Look at that. Freshly turned up dirt right there. That's where they come from. And they come into my yard every night and have dinner. I mean, I respect that. We all got to eat. But we're going to have to get rid of these guys. So I'm going to build some traps. So let me get set up and I'm going to show you how I do this. Okay, so this should be pretty simple. I've got, you know, all you really need is a skill saw, maybe a little work table, chalk line to draw some lines. I guess you could use a straight edge if you wanted to cut out this plywood. A couple of pencils, tape measure, a square. I don't know why I'm going to need that, but I got it. And a little notepad to figure out my dimensions. But I think I'm going to make it like 12 by 12. I've got some old scrap plywood here and stuff. I think I'm just going to try to burn through it. So let's see what we got. So this is a really good piece of plywood. This is some chipboard. I guess it's put together with Gorilla Glue, they say. It's 3/4 inch. I used it to replace a floor on the slide of a fifth wheel, so I've got that left over. I'm going to burn through that. But it's not enough. I need 3 pieces, 12 by 12, or one of them I guess is going to be 13 and a half. They'll only be 12, but anyway. I've also got this piece of 5/8. So I'm just going to make do. A piece of 5/8 and a piece of 3/4. Yeah, so let's start cutting up some wood, and I'll get her laid out and we'll circle back and show you what how things are going. Okay, so I guess I need to find some power. Let's Oh, correction, we need 4 pieces for the sides. 2 sides, top and bottom, and I got to make some little drop boxes on it and cut up some 2x4s, but let's get some power going here. So let's just grab a short cord. We'll just run this over here to the power box off the back of the garage. Well, I was right when I said it's a short cord. That's all we got. But let's see if we can make do with it. So I need 2 at 12 inches and 2 at 13 and a half, because our plywood's 3/4 of an inch, kind of gobble up some space. And then let's see what kind of lake we have here. This one is 47 3/4. This is 46 3/4. 46 3/4 that way. Well, let's see here. It's actually 47 1/4. So I'm going to have to cut it down. Interesting. That's completely square, 46 3/4. So we're gonna go 46 3/4. That's actually 46 5/8. All right, 46 5/8 it is. Okay, here we go. All right, so I got my lines marked here. I got a little ahead of myself, and I cut those other 3/4 pieces by 12. So now I'm going to cut these. These are 13, yeah, 12 3/4. Oh, 13 and a half each. That's what they are. Oh, my power going again. Make sure I don't cut my table in half. Anyway. length is going to be just fine. So now, what we got to do, put that on like that, pop some screws in it right there. Pretty simple, huh? We're going to send them armadillos right down the chute. Then we'll corral them up and take them somewhere else to live, besides my backyard. Alright, let's get some screws in here. These guys will work just fine. Bit of a bow to it. Throw it this way. Top down, which I don't like to do. So we're going to put it like this. And screw this one into it. Get a couple started. That's what I typically like to do. Kind of get her put together. And then, once we kind of get her tacked together, then we'll stand her up and we'll go around this whole thing and screw her in nicely. One. Look at that, that's matching up just fine. Two. That's how we do it. We'll put that top piece in there, get her all screwed up, circle back to you guys, and see what other kind of trouble we can get into. square this up a little bit. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to go around this thing, screw it up, and I'll get to the next point here after a bit. Okay, so now we've got to cut some grooves in the top of it for the doors to drop in. So let's see, I had a piece of wood. Here we go. Here's a piece of trim board I'm going to use for inside of there. So how many of these? I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 8 of these. Well, let's see. That's 1.5 inches. It's got to be 12 inches. I need 8 feet of it. I only got this much. I rip it down the middle. Maybe that's what I'll do. All right, so basically we need 12 inches. So just make it easy. I'm gonna make them 11.5 inches. All right, so let's go like this. There's 11.5. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, should I rip this? Let me think on that for a second. Well, I think if I use these 2 pieces that I cut off the end of that board, and I use this, I don't know, that might split if I put a screw in there. All right, well, let's give it a whirl. Let's go 11 inches, 11.5 inches. Let's just cut that thing off there. Here's how we're going to do that. It's going to go boom. Boom. 3, 4. Dang. There's 5, 6, 7. I need one more. Let's see, this is wood plank left over from building my fences. Hold on, we got a scrap pile of wood. Let's see what I got right here behind the camera. Hold on a second here. We're gonna get this. Yeah, here we go. Here's a piece of 1x right here. So we're gonna keep this real simple. Well, it's kind of beat up. Let's give it a whirl. It's an armadillo trap, right? Here's one. Here's another one. Make this real simple. Boom, boom, boom. Thanks. Here's how we're going to do that. Just like wouldn't try this at home. Well, I guess I am at home. But this can be just a little dangerous because you got your fingers down in there. Here's one. There's two. Now I know this may seem a little crude, you know, skill saw on this, not a table saw all set up or a fancy chop saw, but you know, hey, this is good old-fashioned country living here. So, all right, let me give this some thought. I'm gonna draw this out, see where this needs to be, and then I'll show you how we're gonna cut these holes in the top here. Oh, B. Okay, so now we're going to cut a groove here in the top, and so we can drop a door in there. So these are 1.5 inches. So we want it to have a little bit of a space here. So let's make it about that big, and then our material is going to be 3/4 inch or 5/8. But again, we want to give it a little bit of space. So I'm thinking about 3/4. I think about 7/8. Let's see what that is. So there's 1 3/4, 1 3/4, and if I go, there's 3. Let's go. That's 7/8 right there. So we're going to go 7/8 right there. That'll work just fine. We'll cut to the outside of those lines. That's going to be just fine. Okay, now, if you don't have one of these tools, this guy right here, made by Sonic Crafter by Rockwell. I forget exactly what this thing is called, but It's just a vibrating type of saw. You'll cut right down into these grooves real easy. Watch this. Okay, how about that, huh? Easy peasy. Now I can make myself a door drop right in there. Okay, so our doors should end up being 12 inches square. Yeah, 12. Well, let's give it a 1/4 inch on each side. Now, if we give it a 1/4 inch on each side, well, that's a half. That might be too little. So we got a half here. We got a half here. Yeah. We're going to have to. We're going to have to put 3/8 short. 3/8. Okay, so we were shooting for 12. Actually, that's about 11 7/8. I'm going to make it 11.5 inches. 11.5 by 11.5. You can almost make it 12. 11.5 by 12. Give us plenty of movement there. Let's see, that's 12. Yeah, let's go 11.5 by 12. All right, let me move some stuff around here, and then I'll circle back and see what we got going on. All right, we're going to make our door drops. I've already got it marked off here. So let's get these cut, and then we'll check our sizing and go from there. So, in theory, that should just boom right there. So let's cut another one just like that. Boom. Just that easy. I went ahead and used some 3/4 plywood on that. Had some nice scrap left, so that's what we got. So there we go. And I'm going to take just a little break here. We've got those made up. So now I got to build an outside frame for it. So let me get to work on figuring that out, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we're going to get our guides put in now. So I'm just going to put some screws in here, get her kind of set up. Again, you probably noticed I don't have a bunch of fancy tools out here. This is just, you know, certainly not selling these. Okay, so now then, so we want a distance of about 2 3/4. So let's just safety sake, let's go 2 3/4. There's a mark. 2 3/4. There's a mark, right? Okay. Let's those guys in there. A little prickly thing sticking out there, but I don't think that's going to hurt nothing. Cut those off with my little vibrating saw. Alright, let's see what we got here. Boom. Easy peasy. Now I can't get it out. Alright, so and then we're going to put these little eyelets in the top of it. So let me get the other side done and we'll circle back. Now, a lot of you folks may think this is somewhat unsafe, but this just comes from my framing days. We did everything with a skill saw. I got a table saw in there and a chop saw, and I could lay all this stuff out perfectly, but come on. It's an armadillo trap. Here we go. really need is a new blade. All right, so we're gonna make these upright pieces. It's gonna wrap around this thing. So I need 1, 2, 3, and on each side, and then a cross member. So let me get a tape on that and we'll check all that out. And so you can see I'm pre-making these upright pieces just to kind of show you how they go together. Pretty simple, but you know, sometimes putting an eyeball on it helps. Okay, one side. Now, again, this is just kind of a rustic build. I know you professional carpenters are gonna maybe take issue with this, but here's how that works. That's just gonna go right above there. We're gonna attach some little eyelets here that allow that thing to drop in place. So I'm gonna keep moving, and we'll circle back with you guys in just a bit. Okay, so that's about what we got here. Now, I don't put this directly above the hole, even though there's going to be a little eyelet here. I kind of go halfway. That way I don't have to worry about my screws penetrating into this groove here. They're just going to go into this material here. So that's all we do. I'm just going to kind of put one screw in, and then I'll adjust it up. Well, here, let's just do it. Okay, here we go. So I got a mark here at 15 inches, and I'm putting this right about in the middle. All right, here we go. Okay, that's good. And let's get one on this side. Get them somewhat even. All right, here we go. Now, kind of put a level on it, I guess, but I mean, you know, level compared to what, you know? Here, let's put a square on it. Let's see what we got here. Nope, that square's too big. Let's see what we got. Let's put this one on there. How can I do that for this little one? Well, I have to level it to the bottom. That ain't gonna work. Amazingly enough, that looks pretty good. Let's try that. Okay, here we go. We'll just screw up the other side. I should say complete it. I think we've already sufficiently screwed it up. Yeah, that's what we need to do right there. just drop the door in it, eyelet here and here, string it up. All right, let's keep moving. All right, so here we have it. Completed. A little rustic. Made it from scrap lumber. Can't beat that. So as you can see from the video I shot, it all right, so here we have it. I may have missed a few little odds and ends of how I built this, but we're going to walk around it real quick. I'll just kind of explain it to you. So we start off pretty basic, a 12 by 12 inch opening. So you got to cut two boards, you know, at 12 inches, but then your top board needs to be at 13 and a half inches, so it can span that 3/4 inch plywood. So that's our first step. So once we did that, we screwed it all together, we had to put these little interior slats in here so your doors can run down in them. And that's pretty basic. I think I had some 1 inch or 3/4 inch, something like that. Maybe it's 5/8 pieces of wood left over from patching up my fence and staining it. If you saw my video, we actually used motor oil, free, to do all these fences around the property. So anyway, so then then I just took some 2x4s and ripped them in half, made a structure around the top to hold the doors. I think we left about 15 inches between this top plate here and up here to give us a span here for the doors to go up and down. And yeah, pretty simple. Looks like I got to reattach some screws on this one side there. Hang on, let's just do that while we're all just standing here hanging out. Hold on. Okay, so anyway, as you can see, it's rustic, but it works. You know, then I have the triggering system, which as I just ran a nail through here, cut it off, looped the string around this one side. Got a little opening here if I want to look down in there and see if I actually caught an armadillo or just feels heavy. And again, there's another guy that builds something just like this. In fact, that's how I learned about this. He has a lot of, you know, he builds it right. You know, everything's precision, measured, cut, table saws, all that stuff. So, but anyway, if you just have some extra lumber around your house and you're tired of dealing with these armadillos, this is a real simple build. You know, leftover plywood, leftover 2x4s, cut it up. So now I'm going to go up in the yard and I'm going to throw a bunch of dirt in here that the armadillos dug up. They say that the armadillos like their own scent. So I'm going to throw some of that in there. Then once they're caught in there, then they'll start urinating all over it and tracking around a bunch of their own scent. But to get it started, they say to get some dirt from your yard where these armadillos have been digging and throw it in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this up and circle back with you guys. Maybe I'll have caught something by morning. Thanks so much for watching. Okay, so there we have it. I squished it right up against that gate where they've been burrowing underneath it to get in. And oh my gosh, look at this mess. I mean, you know, a few little holes I can deal with, but they've literally plowed my backyard. But that's okay. I have a dethatcher I'm going to run over this whole yard come spring, and then I'll dethatch it and I'll seed it, and I'm going to have a beautiful lawn when it's all said and done. So here we are. We're going to clock out from southern Missouri. Crazy weather. It's like in the 60s right now. All right, folks. Hey, thanks for watching again. If you'd like to subscribe, see some more of the stuff I've done. Again, I shoot all this with an iPhone. I'm not a YouTuber guy. This is just stuff that I do to keep in touch with my family and kids. They want to see what the old man's doing. This is what you do. You get a little bored out here on the South 40. Thanks again for watching.